And our last one, 4F for all of our domains, and this is showing professionalism. To give you a little overview of what that means, okay, first step is integrity and ethical conduct, okay? If you go on to the internet and we pull up, first of all, we could take a look at the Gowanna Middle School website, kind of verse myself in all the things that happen here so I'm professionally aware of what's going on within my school and aware of all the policies. Let's see, if you go to YouTube and of course take a look at the Mr. Conover YouTube page that we've talked about already. If you take a quick look at some of, if we go to my channel here, my YouTube page, you can see that many times I have many videos here, very professionally dressed, shirt, tie, you know, throughout the year, trying to look my best, understanding that this is a professional institution, trying to make sure that I am as professional as possible in my appearance to that. So we're going back to our domains. That's our first one. Following policy procedures of Gowanna, making sure that the website, when the Shen website, I'm well versed in those. Also, if we minimize a few things here and take a look at some photos we have here, I believe that's not the one, but we'll take a look at this one. Okay, you can see my safety binder, my master key, and my walkie-talkie, which I am a trusted member of the safety team, constantly in a leadership role, taking on many meetings with my other safety team members and instructing the rest of the staff whenever there is an emergency or even a drill when we are trying to get through that. So that is one of the other ways I believe that I can prove that I am trustworthy and of course hold the highest integrity here at Gowanna. Taking a look at the second part of this service to students, working with my students during planning periods, before school, after school, sign-in logs, emails, that kind of thing. We've already seen many emails between parents. I've showed you in the other domains, but one of the things I'm always working third period, first period, and ninth period, with many of my students have those study halls. And to kind of show you that, a little piece of evidence here, kind of blurry, but you can see my evidence is my log. When they come in, they write their stuff down, they log in, we talk, we go over. Sometimes they don't fill it out, but I can assure you that I am meeting with them on a regular basis, probably on average 9 to 10 students a day, if not more, during busy times, during projects, constantly working with them to help them. And they can vouch for that too, of course. Moving right along through the rest of the domain. Let's see, we have being part of special programs, okay, the CAPE, as we've said before, some different things that we are initiating. We were talking about the Peace Out program that we've been working on within our meetings. That's going to happen. Unfortunately, I won't be here on that day because of a field trip, but you can see that the planning has gone through some of the literature on who, what, when, where, and why. That happens. We're also in the process through the CAPE program of working on a series of videos to possibly be put on some of the TVs around the school to talk about those anti-bullying initiatives and hopefully getting the word out there and defining what bullying is, working with Dr. Burchek and all the administrators and Mr. Green, hopefully coming to a successful place next year when we finish that with regard to anti-bullying and peace here at the Tri-Building Middle School complex. Providing opportunities for student success. One of the cool things that we did recently, Miss McManus, the librarian, and I were put together some details and to show you a really kind of cool thing that we found. A website called Sherlockology. Okay, and one of my students, whose name is Jacoba, recently was able to we wrote to the community news, and she just a couple of days ago had an interview, and they are doing a who, what, when, where, why piece on her as a writer. She wrote a poem about Sherlock Holmes, who she's a big fan of. It was published not only on the website that we just showed you, Sherlockology, but in a book called Sherlock's Home, The Empty House. Very difficult to get published. She was one of 90 people who submitted for this and was chosen as one of the very few people to do that. You can also purchase that book on Amazon. So we greatly encouraged her to do this, and we set up the interview, Miss McManus and I, so she could definitely work with that. And Sherlockology is the name of the website. And the poem that she wrote is A Detective Worth Your Money. She posted it on her own English website, kind of like we showed you in part of the other domains. And of course, the book is available on Amazon.com. So taking it one step further, not just being in the classroom, but kind of transcending the walls of Shen, transcending the walls of Goanna, and giving a real life experience to some of these kids. Moving back to here, one of the things we're working with some 8th grade girls that are very good students, working on the 8th grade slideshow for the moving up ceremony that's coming up. That is not done yet. It's not produced, but if you take a look, we have the girls going through a lot of windows here, put together a group of photos. I've organized them, getting them cameras. They have well over 300 photos that they're going to be adding to the 8th grade slideshow, and that should show on Moving Up, the Moving Up ceremony in June. So we can see that they are definitely working on that. Last but not least, the last part, advocacy, advocating through students, through student programs, team meetings, field trips, all of those things. Here for my students. I make sure that they have a good experience in the classroom, out of the classroom. They need help in any way. I'm here before school, after school, sometimes till 5, 6 o'clock at night, helping them in their study halls, like we said before, giving them lunch money if they need it on field trips, things like that. And of course, regular communication with other teachers, such as SPED teachers and things like that. So that's pretty much the showing of component 4. The last piece that I wanted to say is for professionalism and growing as myself, taking on initiative. If you look at this email string right here, these are all the English teachers. Not too long ago, we had a 4th Common Assessment. My department chair has been out on medical leave, so I'm the one who kind of took charge and set up the fact that we met on our own, created a 4th Common Assessment, gave the Common Assessment together, and you can see a string of emails that I set up. So I like to take charge. I also read the listening section while my department chair is not here. She usually does it, so I did that on the day of the test as well. So I'm definitely stepping up to the plate in the absence of her and doing what I can to be a leader throughout my department as well. Finally, and that I believe that is it. That is component 4F. I hope you enjoyed everything, and this is the last video, but we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next year.